Hello, 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 my friends. We are back from our first half of our new D&D stream, which is the Curse of Strahd campaign, led by the wonderful Dorreen right above my head that you can see. And the first half of the stream was awesome. We got to learn all about our characters, start the story, and dumb streamer here forgot to turn his mic on. So we're going to do a little bit of an intro and a recap here before we go into the second half of this. But this will be the first time for all of our viewers, but you'll get kind of an idea of what our characters are like and how we're interacting as we continue the story of the Curse of Strahd. So I will hand it back over to you, Dorreen.
That's right. So we are picking up where we just left off, and that is with a party of Ulrich, who is a sorcerer. We have Tasso, Druid, a paladin dwarf named Galen, a bard half-elf named Evendur, and another dwarf wizard named Konnard. They found themselves without any reason or justification in a room. That's where they woke up. They don't understand where they are, why they're here, or what has brought them here. But the cries of a small child from an adjoining room has made them kind of investigate where they're at. And they have found that they are in a rather well-to-do manor home, it seems like. 2 children were found within a den in the home. They identified themselves as the little girl, her name is Rose, the younger boy as her brother Thorn. And they have requested the party find their baby brother Walter, who is somewhere upstairs. They can sometimes hear the baby crying, and then it fades away. In between this, they would hear a harpsichord being played very, very poorly upstairs as well. The children could not hear that. So we find them here within the main hall, about to head upstairs to make do on the promise to find baby Walter. The kids have agreed to follow them. And unless there's anything else that anyone else would like to add on top of that, we can go ahead and pick up left off.
Good.
Oh, Connor, you're doing your ritual spell, huh?
Yep.
Okay, it's going to be a few more minutes before that's finished for you, just so you know.
Okay.
All right, so everyone's making their way upstairs. And I assume the order that I see you guys in on the map is how you want to proceed. Just for the sake of simplicity, we will say that the children stick very, very close to Evendur.
Okay.
So even though you don't see them here on the map, they're going to be, for the most part, on either side of you.
Okay, kind of right beside me as we walk in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in fact, Rose just kind of pulls at your hand real quick. I forgot. And she starts to make her way back down the staircase real quick. And she motions for you to someone to follow her.
Okay, Evendur will turn around and quickly run down. Where are you going, Rose? Kind of following her.
Okay. She runs back into the den, and I'll just move your token so that you can see where she goes.
Okay.
And she pulls at the doors on the cabinet, and they kind of stick a little bit, but they do eventually open. And she says, "For the monster, in case you don't have any weapons that can kill it." And as you get closer to the cabinet itself, you see that it's pretty well stocked with weapons. There's a short bow in there with some bolts and arrows, and also 3 crossbows are in there.
3 crossbows, okay.
One of heavy oak. There's one seems to be a lighter frame crossbow, and then there's one that's shaped to kind of fit into just your single hand. There's cases of bolts that are in there. And then you also find some wine glasses and some small like wine casks and things like that in there.
Well, Evendur loves knives, as from his juggling knives earlier. Are there any types of knives inside of this little drawer?
Not in this. It seems more of like hunting type of weapons.
Okay. Evendur would like to ask Rose, what kind of monster do you hunt with crossbows and bows?
I don't know, the scary kind.
Are there
You're big and maybe you could use them if, but I you can tell she's trying to be like helpful.
Okay. When Evendur is looking at these, does he notice anything different about either the weapons or the bolts and arrows that are in there? Like, is there anything special about them?
No.
Nothing special about the material or anything like that?
No, I mean, again, they're well crafted, they're well made, they are of great quality, but that's pretty much it.
Well, Evendur is not an expert on weapons, so he's actually going to call to Galen and say, Galen, come look at these weapons. You're a soldier. Can you use these?
I'm to assume I hear that from Evendur.
Yeah, you would hear that.
Okay. Before I do that, I would like to turn to Ulrich. And I'd like to look at Ulrich and I'll take my axe and I'll go like this and just go, name's Galen Brightburn, laddie. This is Tasso. Which is your name?
Ulrich.
Are you our host, laddie?
I've never been here.
It sounds like you're in the same boat as we are. You don't need to be too afraid, laddie, but I can understand if you're apprehensive. With that, I turn around and I'll go down into the room.
As he turns around, starts walking, I say, there's something moving up here.
I think we'll handle that in a second, laddie. Just give us a moment. And then I'll walk in there.
Back down to the den.
Yep. Until I pass Konnard, or is Konnard like just meditating in the middle of this room?
Kind of in the middle of the room.
Okay. I just cast a glance at Konnard just to know that whatever the case may be, that because he's a dwarf and I'm a dwarf, that I'm not going to leave the guy behind, at least.
No dwarf left behind.
And then I walk in there, and it's just a bunch of crossbows that he's showing me.
Yeah, so it's there's a short bow in there with some arrows, 3 crossbows in there, and 3 cases of bolts as well.
What kind of bolts am I looking at? We're just looking standard?
Yeah, they're pretty standard.
Yeah, Evendur's just like, I can't. I'm not any good with a crossbow. Do you want these?
Are they
Galen?
two-handed or one-handed?
So 2 of them are going to be two-handed, but there is one that is specifically a one-handed crossbow.
Okay. Can Konnard talk even though he's in concentration?
I'm going to say no.
Probably not.
He needs to
Okay.
fully stay focused on this ritual.
Then I'll call to Tasso.
Can you? Did you call me?
I go, indeed, laddie.
Where,
There's some crossbows in here. Compliments of the wee one.
are you back in the room?
Yes. Follow the sound of my voice, laddie.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Crossbows. I have no need. I wouldn't know what to do with it.
And
Yeah, I
Rose,
merely just show it to him. I'm just like, can you even use this, laddie?
No. I throw things.
okay, I'm sorry then. I'm sorry to.
Well, Evendur is a little sensitive to this. No, this is great. So he's actually going to just grab the little hand crossbow and some bolts. He doesn't really know how to use these very well. He's going to be trying to put the crossbow bolt in backwards. This is
shake it on top of it.
Yeah, this is perfect. Thank you, Rose.
Okay, she lights up a little bit, and she's like, okay, so
I'll take one. I guess I'll take the two-handed, the one. I see that it brings a smile to the young girl's face, and I just go, "It's okay, lass. I'm sure that we'll be able to use it."
okay, good. So we go get baby Walter now, and then we can leave. Or will you?
What do you mean? What do you mean leave? This is your home, lass.
But there's a monster here. I can't stay here with a monster. And I don't know where my mommy and daddy are.
Aren't you worried about your mother and father, lass?
I am, yes. But they told us it's not safe. So I figure maybe someone in town help us. Unless you guys help too with the monster. Find my mommy and daddy.
Immediately when she says that, I kind of like put my. I was gonna say kneel down, but I'm only 4'1", so I'm to assume I don't need to kneel down much. I just kind of like do a gentle pat on her shoulder and just go, "I'll protect you. I protect you and your sibling here, lass. You'll be fine with us."
Evendur pats him on the shoulder. He's the best bodyguard ever.
Okay. So let's go upstairs. And she almost like walks with this renewed confidence. And she leads you guys out of the room.
Okay.
How much time does number one? How much time do I have left on detect magic? And how much time does Connor have left on whatever he's doing?
Pushing
I'm pushing probably the 10, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He's probably about halfway by now, I would say. And that's maybe being a little generous, but he said that you guys could go. Fine.
Okay. If that's the case, then I just call out, and maybe Evendur might be the only person who understands this, and I just go, standard formation then.
Evendur doesn't really understand this. He's like, oh, that's soldier talk again. But he nods like he knows what he's talking about.
And,
I'm just going to bring up the rear as a shield dwarf, and I was hoping that Connor would be ready so he can take the front as a shield dwarf, but I don't want Evendur to be. I want Evendur to be in the middle. Okay. So I guess that would probably put Ulrich would be ahead of us since he's already up at the top of the stairs.
He's already up at the top, so it would be easy for Evendur and the two children to kind of be in the middle. Where does Tasso want to be?
I can be behind Ulrich since he's already up near the top. I can kind of be second in line.
Okay, so you want to
Here, I'll move
up there?
I'll move myself down.
Will say though that as soon as Ulrich can, as soon as I see them near me, and I'm gonna make sure that my dancing lights are up again because they ran out after a minute. I'm going to step aside and let everyone else go into the room, and to make sure I'm behind, if I can. Is there space for me to kind of get up the landing and move it to the side?
Yeah, so I'll move you up here. I'll just do that for now, so we can move all of our tokens on the same map. And give me some time to do a quick little description here.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
So, you guys move up into the upper hall. And it's cold and dark, especially compared to the main hall that you guys just left. And again, it in some ways mirrors the bottom one. You can just make out with Ulrich's light. I think you guys can. I wish. Well, you tell me, Ulrich. How far back can you see the far wall?
No.
All right.
Yeah, we see about 20 feet, maybe 30 feet.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so you see the suit of armor next to Ulrich.
Mm-hmm.
You can make out a table that's kind of in the center of the room here. And there is another suit of armor opposite of the one next to Ulrich.
I don't know if any of the characters are wondering why there's orbs of light.
I would probably do like a little head tilt, like, and with all the other weirdness that's going on, just think it's another weird thing.
Okay. Also, for the rest of the party, it is rather dark up here. Whereas before, the fireplaces were lit, the oil lamps were lit, nothing is lit up here. It's cold, dark, little unwelcoming.
I can make more light.
Evendur is actually going to turn to Rose and say, "Do you practice up here in the dark? It's dark and cold up here. Surely you put on the fireplace or something."
It's never dark. Not when I play.
Evendur just looks confusedly around.
So the room, we can only see, because I would have had the orbs probably closer to where we just walked up. And this room is much bigger than 20 feet range of the dim light. Assuming, right? There's darkness beyond that.
And let me double check where I put yours at. Oh, hold on.
While you're doing that, I lean over to Ulrich and I say, "You said you saw movement. Where did you see it?"
Under the core.
So is that better now? You guys should be able to see the entire room here?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Okay.
see the whole room.
Yeah.
So you see the suits of armor on either side of the wall, flanking two doors. And again, they kind of mirror the ones that you saw in the foyer. They're solid mahogany, it looks like, ornately carved. Across the way from you is another black marble fireplace. Above this one, you see that there's another large portrait of a family, and you can see Rose and Thorn in that portrait, and they're smiling in the picture. You can see the woman who you would assume is her mother, and her face is a little darkened with an emotion of scorn and hatred. And if you follow the gaze of the mother in the portrait, she's actually looking down at the baby a man is holding. The man you assume is Rosenthorn's father, and the baby is Walter. Other than that,
Is that table in the middle, is that the harpsichord, or is the harpsichord somewhere else?
no. So that is not a harpsichord. That looks like some type of game table
Okay.
that's in the middle. You do see the door over. Never lets me ping. I don't know why.
If you click and hold, that's how it does it for me at least.
Oh, there. This door.
That bottom door? Okay.
I'm just a little too quick with the clicks, I guess. You see that's actually open.
Oh.
Is
Okay.
there any wood or anything in that fireplace, that fire pit?
You can from your vantage point, it doesn't look like there's anything in there.
Is there any discernible light coming from the open door?
No light.
And sorry, where is the harpsichord?
It's not in this room.
Not.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
so-
you thought was the harpsichord was actually this table.
Then I lean as close to Tasso as I feel comfortable and say, under the
table. Okay. If I move here, would I be able to see underneath the table and then possibly see if there's wood in that fire pit?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to move right over here.
So you don't see anything on the table. As far as in the fire pit, it's completely cleaned out. There's not even any ashes in there anymore. It's looks like it's been cold for a long time. At this moment, though, I want you to make a perception check. And give me a moment. Take a quick look at your With you being a shifter,
Mhm.
do you get any other extra features other than as far as that might help you with any type of perception checks?
No, I get dark vision, and then I have to be able to actually have to shift in order to get any of the other benefits to it. So
Okay. All right. So that's all that you're able to see from this vantage point.
Okay.
We will flip back to Connard, who right now has probably finished his spell. So you're looking for any type of magic. Is that correct? Magical items or
Correct.
anything of that
And
nature?
I'm particularly interested in, well, first I'm going to check the room that we're in. Then I'm also going to go back and check the room that we woke up in and the door that was leading out of that room. And then I'm going to check the room where we found the children as well.
Okay. So while you're doing all these checks and you're moving around, I will say there's nothing really pinging as far as overtly magical like objects and things of that nature, but you are getting a sense of something has shifted, and you do get the sense that you've been brought here by some type of magical means.
Okay. But
But
there
you're-
doesn't seem to be any ongoing effect. I guess if I
Right.
look at myself. Okay.
No, not
If
that
you-
you're able to tell right here.
If he walked into
Okay.
the original room, does he still see the pool of acid on the door handle and on the floor
Yeah, you
And-
would definitely see that.
and
the
smell
damage
it?
that's caused, yeah. But there's nothing as of yet.
Okay. In that
But,
case, I'll just go up the stairs and try to rejoin the rest of the group.
Okay.
But as soon as the children come into sight, I'll spend an action to look at them as well.
Okay. I'm just gonna move you. I'm just gonna move everyone over a little bit. I assume you guys would be moving up naturally anyway.
Yeah, I would be following the kids into this area.
Yeah. So as far as the children, let me double check one thing. Yeah, I would say you are starting to get a feel off of them, type of illusion magic.
Hmm.
While we're in the room, and I'm watching Tasso kind of bend down, trying to look under the table,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to wait and see how he reacts.
Okay. Unfortunately, Tasso doesn't see anything at this moment.
and I'd take another step forward just to try to
Okay.
see a little bit better. So
If I see him bending down searching, I want to bring one of my dancing orbs to maybe give more light to fully illuminate underneath.
I mean, the room is pretty much illuminated enough that he would be
Okay.
able to see. There's
Okay.
just nothing under there. But what he does see as he moves forward, because again, these doors are technically open,
both north and south, or just the south?
yeah, just the south ones.
Okay.
You do see some movement in there, and then you hear the banging of the harpsichord
From that room, or just around us again?
from this room, the southern
Okay.
room.
And it's completely dark inside that room?
Yeah.
I'm going to move my orb, a couple of the orbs forward to give some dim light into that room, right at the threshold.
All right. Because they don't have their own tokens, and my torch token isn't working, I'm gonna have to move your actual token over.
Okay, but I'm not really there.
Okay. So how far did you want to move it?
I wanted the orbs just to start with, just at the threshold.
Okay. Well, we will just to illuminate it.
Yeah.
Because that would be bright enough for you to see it. So in the corner, you do see the harpsichord there, and immediately you see a quick movement as if someone moved down, and then you see a dog walking up towards you. He's about a medium-sized dog, pretty scruffy looking, a little bit worse for wear, but he has a gentle face, a long kind of pointy snout, and some triangular ears. He's brown and white, and has spots kind of all over his back and his haunches. And he comes up to you, kind of like expectingly and friendly.
Oh well,
And
it's just my orbs though. I'm not actually
he's still walking out this way.
walking out. Okay.
Yeah, now there's lights, and he's starting to hear some people, and you can see, his mouth is like open in a very relaxed, smiling type of fashion.
I
I
make sure I'm
didn't-
against the wall.
I'd instantly react like, "Oh, an animal," and kind of.
Yeah, and he
Nice.
immediately darts over to you and kind of like rolls over onto his back, expecting belly rubs. And you
Sure.
see that he's
I'll
like
oblige,
one of his little
obviously.
bottom canines, and he's very friendly. And you see that he has a collar on, and there's a little silver metal piece there that's kind of jangling a little bit, but that's him.
Careful. I don't trust the dog. I want to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic, and you don't sense anything.
And nothing else in the room either.
Let me do a quick double check. I don't believe so.
Will I also be getting a hit off the children, since I'm kind of in their vicinity now?
And you might be getting a little bit of their magic illusion feel vibe that they're throwing off.
Okay. Once I know that, I'm going to keep that to myself for the moment.
Evendur would like to turn to Rose again and say, "So, where's this harpsichord that you say you play? I'd love to hear you play."
Oh, okay. Follow me. And she grabs your hand and she starts to skip towards the door here.
Okay.
Why is it?
Yeah, I keep getting black for some
Oh,
reason.
that's because you don't have any light source.
Oh, I don't. Okay.
I'll bring Ulrich's token. I wish I could.
Ulrich is our light source right now.
Yeah.
Funny.
I wish I had. Here, let me bring him out twice. Hold on.
When I see Evendur walking away with girl, I just want to say to him, careful. Something about these children.
I will just make you a light source, Evendur,
Okay.
because the dancing lights are following you. So it brings you into this room here.
Okay.
You see that there's a harpsichord kind of emerging out of the darkness, as the dancing light kind of moves before you. Across from that is a harp, a large standing harp. There's a brass-plated chandelier above in the middle, and there's also a fireplace. Both of them are completely cold. They're not lit at all. You can see that the fireplace is decorated with these alabaster figurines of dancers that are placed on the mantelpiece. There are some velvet upholstered chairs along the walls, in case anyone was, enjoying being serenaded or enjoying the beautiful music. However, when you walk in, it's still like a little chill kind of creeps up the back of your spine. Something about here, this place now is unnerving.
Yes, Evendur looks around, seeing, can he tell from this harpsichord if it is like dusty and misused, or if it's like in good repair? Can he see?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. because he is definitely creeped out by the darkness here, but he also is like, this is kind of familiar territory because he plays in places like this all the time with the harp and all that. So, perception.
So it looks, I mean, again, you do see a layer of dust on it. So on the body of the harpsichord. You can tell coming around to the front of it, there's like dog fur all over it.
Oh.
And there is a little bit of dust where you would imagine maybe the dog was like pounding its paws on it.
Okay.
But that's pretty much it. And you could tell part of the reason why the music sounded so bad was not only it was done by a dog, but the harpsichord is out of tune.
Okay. Well, Evendur is going to take a look at this kind of old, out of tune harpsichord and look at Rose and say, "You said it's been a while since your parents have been here. Are you sure that you two are safe here by yourself? I mean, you can't practice an old, out of tune harpsichord like this."
We don't come up here anymore. Dark. It's scary, and Mommy and Daddy told us to wait downstairs.
Well, where's Walter? Didn't you say Walter's up here?
Walter's supposed to be up here with Lavinia, the maid. But they never came downstairs to join us.
Evendur actually wants to walk over to the harp and actually pluck a couple of strings, like just pluck a chord and see if it still plays.
Yeah, so as you do that, I also want you to make me another perception check as you're walking.
Oh, okay.
There.
Okay.
But you do walk up to the harp, and again, this is completely covered in dust, and in fact, you can even see some cobwebs in between the strings of the harp itself.
And I'm not very perceptive right now.
You are not.
Great looking harp.
Yeah, really distracted by this harp.
Yeah, but it's it could use some love.
Okay.
Basically.
I want to turn to Rose now and say, "Little girl."
Well, Rose is now in the room with Evendur.
I want to trail behind and get close enough to talk to her and say, "Little girl, you have..."
What do you want?
Do you have magic? Do you use magic?
I use the magic. No.
Do I believe?
The funny man uses magic.
Do I believe her?
I'll roll an insight check for you. What was yours? +4?
Yes.
That's ridiculously awesome.
I hope you're more perceptive than I've been lately.
I would say you do feel like she's being honest. You don't sense that she's lying about magic. Yeah.
Look at her, and she asked me if I use magic.
Mm-hmm.
I do have magic, and I can tell if other people have it. And there's magic on you. Who in this house uses magic?
Oh goodness! And she actually turns tail and runs behind Evendur,
who is now actually starting to try to tune this harp. He's like messing with the strings, like, this is a crime that this thing's.
She's pulling on your coat. Funny man, the spooky man is scaring me.
Evendur kind of looks over. He doesn't really know who this guy is either, because they literally just met. He's like, "Oh, it's okay. He's just different.
He's mean to me."
This isn't...
I have sorry to interrupt. 2 questions.
It's only in character. It's fine.
Can I attempt an investigation check to disbelieve illusions now that I'm aware these children might be under an illusion? Second of all, with Galen being next to me, can I try to whisper something to him without others overhearing it?
Yeah, you can definitely whisper
In
something
Dwarvish?
to him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, in Dwarvish. Okay.
And your
So I'm
your secret language, huh?
That's not that
Evendur
secret.
understands Dwarvish, by the way, but
I am trying to keep it on the DL.
Okay.
I think I know the right command in Roll20, so I'm going to try to send it.
All right. To like literally whisper him in Roll20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you receive that?
I got that.
Okay. And then, I guess while all this is happening, I'm going to try to approach and get as close to the children as I can.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be, but I'm surrounded by darkness right now, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
I am too.
Oh yeah, because Ulrich
Sorry,
moved you.
and I'm the other source of light now too. So
But I am making sure that the orbs are following the group.
So you have 3 of them, right?
I can do 4. At a
Okay.
time.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, 1, 2, I'm going to put one more on Konnard, so that they just kind of follow him around.
That's
And
better.
I'll let Ulrich pick either Tasso or Galen to attach the last dancing light to.
Oh, who wants it more?
I do have low light vision. I don't know if that makes a difference.
Yeah, well, right now it's complete darkness up
Okay,
here without some type of light source.
Or whoever walked into the room first. I guess Tasso.
Okay,
That makes sense.
so I'll just add it to basically your tokens, so that as you move, you guys will be able to see the light.
I want to investigate the suit of armor that I'm looking at some point in time. I mean, it doesn't have to be while everything's going on, but just
We'll get to that
Yeah.
after. So Konnard and Galen, you had your little sesh, little gossip festival there.
I'm just curious, do you get to see those whispers in Roll20?
Do not.
hide it from the DM. Nice.
After he says that, I bring my shield right up to me and grip it, and I grip my great axe very tightly.
Do I notice that? Or am I too busy looking at the suit of armor?
Well,
I'm
he's
bringing
also
up the
behind
rear
you.
as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. And what else? You were trying to investigate their illusion or see through it?
Well, I had a question of whether I could do an investigation check to disbelieve the illusion.
I feel like that's very Call of Cthulhu-y.
Well, it depends on the spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he just said investigation check. So
Well,
yeah, unless you want to use an actual spell to kind of delve in a little bit further, or maybe I would allow you to do an Arcana check, but not an investigation check.
Would the Arcana check just to reveal more about the spell, or would it actually let me see through the illusion?
You could roll and find out.
No, I'm not going to bother with that.
because if it gets disguised self, if someone suspects it is an illusion, they can roll an intelligence check, and then afterwards it seems not as apparent to them. But it depends if that's what it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of illusion spells. That's how you see through them, but I don't want to. Not trying to get too technical or anything. But anyway, I am going to try to maneuver as close to Thorn as I can.
Okay, he's
No, I'm
still
sorry,
kind of
close to Rose, not Thorn.
okay. So they're still in the other room here. You would have to move into the harpsichord room, the music room.
Okay.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm going to go in there as well, based on what
Okay.
he told me.
All right, and Tasso, roll your investigation check on the armor. Oh,
I'm
you already
super
did.
smart.
You really are.
You're as
It's
intelligent as I am perceptive.
perceptive, yeah. It appears to be just a regular suit of armor.
Realizing that I'm not the only one in the room, I kind of jump in.
Okay. And the dog kind of follows behind you.
It follows behind Tasso.
Tasso. Mm-hmm.
I look at Tasso and I just go, "You better watch out for that one.
Oh, you seem
Might-
harmless enough.
Might bite you in the leg."
Ah. And with that,
He actually, you feel him like nudging at the back of your thigh, and putting his hand up next, or his head next to your hand, wanting pets.
I'll give a couple of scritches on top of that.
Where's the maid?
Are you asking in character or out of character?
In character. Just to out into the room after Rose had mentioned that there's a maid we haven't heard of before.
It's the second time that Rose has mentioned the maid. But she just looks at you and she clams up and she just kind of looks away and hides a little bit behind Evendur.
Evendur heard this question and he kind of turns to Rose, and not to like he's joining side. He doesn't want to make her think he's joining his side, but he does say, "Yeah, if you and Thorn have been alone so long, surely you have somebody looking after you. Where is there anybody else here to keep you safe?"
Just Mummy and Daddy in Lavinia, but like I said, Mummy and Daddy were in the basement, and Lavinia, her room is upstairs.
Upstairs, like here, or is there another upstairs? He's like looking around confusedly.
Yes, and she holds your hand and she pulls you forward. So you're back in this room.
Oh, okay.
Can I interrupt?
Sure.
When she reaches out to grab Evendur's hand, I'm gonna take a double-handed grip on my warhammer and swing at her legs.
Oh, no.
Okay.
It just got real.
Roll for damage.
This damage?
Roll to hit and your damage.
Oh my goodness.
Ouch.
Well, that could have been a better roll.
My gosh.
Definitely
Evendur's
could have.
hoping he missed.
Yeah. So she's just skipping along. Okay. trying to lead Evendur to the room, or the door that leads up to the third floor. And next thing that she hears and feels is this large whack of a warhammer that just barely misses her heel. And she turns to you. What are you doing?
I know you're deceiving us. What are you?
What I don't understand. I thought you guys were here to help us.
Evendur's like kind of blown away that this dwarf he just met would try to hit this little girl. He's like,
Not knowing any better, I stand between them.
yeah, good God, man, what are you doing?
Turn back to Evendur and just go, "Stay out of this, laddie."
Children are not what they seem. They are deceiving us with illusion magic. You must know that
true.
everything that's happened since we've been here has been unnatural. Someone is orchestrating this whole situation.
But they are
And I don't
children.
intend to play along.
Evendur's like still got
if I
her
have time-
hand in his hand, right?
Yes.
Surely the children have nothing to do with it.
Evendur's like, I'm holding her hand. How can this be an illusion? He like looks for the first time at her hand to see if there's anything strange about the hand he's holding.
There's some kind of magic on these children.
Yeah, you don't see anything different about her hand or the way she looks.
Okay.
Now Thorn has also rushed over to you, Evendur, and he's clutching onto your other arm. And at this point, you can even hear the wailing of a baby coming up from the third floor.
The arm that she's holding, Evendur, I rush forward and I slash at the arm.
Oh,
Okay.
goodness.
Roll an attack.
Oh my God.
Oh no, I'm almost afraid. I hope you missed.
Whoa. Ooh.
Oh my god!
Oh gosh.
So, this is with a battle axe too. Oh man. So you bring back your axe and you just slice down, and her arm is separated from her hand. So Evendur is holding a hand, now dripping, gushing blood. The little girl screeches out in pain, and she drops to her knees and she's crying. And then she eventually just kind of
I rush over.
looks at
cast Cure
her
Wounds.
stump, and then looks at her brother and says, "Run, we're not nice." And then she passes out.
Passes
I
out.
feel later.
And Thorn takes off. He attempts to leave. So Evendur, if you wanted to try to hold on to him, you can.
No,
otherwise-
Evendur is like in shock that he sees.
You're still holding a severed hand.
Yeah, the hand is like he's like in shock, like looking between Galen and Rose, who's on the ground, like he cannot believe what he just saw.
Tasso would run over to Rose and cast Cure Wounds, and
Okay.
look back at the dwarves and what are you doing?
And you would see, I assume you're going to be up in this way. Well, all of you probably are now. Especially Galen. Oh my god. Oh, jeez. So you saw, and that's on me. I kind of forgot to mention this part when you guys first walked in here because we were trying to get the lights settled. But at the top of this landing, there's also a door that kind of continued the staircase up to the third floor. And
Okay.
that's where Thorn ran into. He ran up the stairs. He took off.
And you said Rose passed out and is on the floor?
She's on the floor.
And everyone ran out of the room?
No,
No,
just
only Thorn. Only Thorn.
And her brother ran out of the room.
And so the bleeding girl is just on the floor in the room where I am now.
No, you didn't move your token. So I guess you followed the party into this room because that's where we all are now. Let's just say that's where her body is.
Okay.
Bleeding. There's blood everywhere. Now a
Tasso
She's still
hand.
breathing.
Yeah, she's still bleeding.
She breathing though? I want to cast Cure Wounds and check to see if she's breathing.
It's a very ragged breath, but yes, she is still breathing.
Okay.
Evendur would also like to cast his healing. Let's see, mine is called just Healing Word on this girl too. As he snaps out of this arm, he kind of wants to bring the arm to her and start casting Healing Word on her as well.
Okay.
If he can. I don't.
Oh wait, Galen, we didn't have you roll your actual damage.
This may have been futile.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll. So if you mouse over your battle axe one-handed
Yeah,
in chat,
I think it's this.
Hold on.
Is that it?
No,
That
not,
it?
yeah,
no,
the
click
mouse
on the actual battle axe itself.
within the actual chat.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
Let me
Yeah,
roll the
I-
23 again.
I
Hit
know,
that
right?
home.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Oh man, I tell you the things you don't expect.
The joy of being a DM.
So she's bleeding profusely, right?
She's a little bit better. Yeah, she's much better now that Ryan cast her healing word or his healing word.
Yeah,
So
Cure
then if
Wounds
that's
and
the
Healing
case,
Word.
But
I
she's
turned back to Konnard and I
passed
just went,
out.
is that what we were supposed to do?
Konnard will start using his medicine skill to apply a tourniquet to the skin. He says, I know for certain what my magic tells me. These children are not what they seem.
Are you crazy? That's just a little girl.
Yeah, Evendur's like, you see this arm? This is What is an illusion about this? I can't believe you did this, Galen.
Based on the information that I was
acted on
given,
my
laddie.
instruction, and if I was wrong, then I will regret this till the end of my days. I do not believe these children are what they seem.
We can take her to like a surgeon, laddie. And they do great
We
work.
don't even know where we are. How are we going to take him to a surgeon?
Is the hand still severed?
That's
Yeah, oh
a
yeah,
fair
it's
point.
definitely severed. Honestly, Evendur, did you even drop the hand?
Well, I cast healing word, but I kind of want to bring the hand to her because I don't know. I'm not a surgeon. I'm just gonna put it down next to her as I cast my spell, basically.
Okay. Your spell helps stabilize her.
Uh-huh.
It's not going to be enough to like knit her hand
Right.
back. To her
Oh, I didn't expect it to.
Oh my gosh.
Can
Okay,
someone help her?
So while this is happening, the dog is now kind of like barking at you guys. He's a little scared. Thorn has run up. The door to that third floor staircase is now wide open, and the sound of a baby crying is much, much louder. But Rose, she's breathing, but she hasn't woken up and she's not moving.
I'm gonna use my action to do the detect magic sight again. Is she still showing an illusion aura?
Yes, she is.
Is her severed arm showing an illusion aura?
Yes, it is.
Can I also get a sense of this with my detect magic spell?
You would get the same thing I
The
just told you.
same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hand Evendur my flask and I just go, give her some, laddie. I help ease the pain.
Evander takes this flask of alcohol, and instead of
giving
giving it to her,
alcohol.
he pours it on the wound so that maybe he can
Disinfect it.
or something. He doesn't know much about medicine, but he's not going to put, alcohol into her mouth or anything like that.
Dungeon Master, can we hear her shriek in pain from this?
She's passed out. Like it's, if so much pain comes over you, you eventually just,
Yeah, the shock.
yeah.
Evander's like on his knees by her with this hand. He's like, "Can anybody help her? Do something!" He's like freaking out.
Got rags or something. I can do a
Honored
medicine
will
check to
try
try to stabilize.
Okay.
Honored will assist.
All right, then do it with advantage.
Oof.
Okay. No,
Nice.
still good either way. Yeah, so with Konnard helping with the medicine check, you guys are trying to do whatever you can to help this little girl. So she does look like she might make it. She probably won't die from this wound. You feel very confident in that. But without some type of serious professional intervention, she's not going to get. You guys might as well have the dwarves start blacksmithing some hooks for her or something. Not use his hand.
I look at Konnard and I say, I sense the illusion magic too, but we don't know if it was cast on her or if she did it herself. We don't know if she did it.
It could be something her parents cast on her to keep her safe. Like, why are we jumping to conclusions?
Honestly, I expected the attack to pass straight through her and dispel the illusion. Either way, I still don't trust that they are just innocent children. Especially with the way the young one ran off upstairs after they've been telling us how much danger there is up there.
Evander goes, "He just saw his big sister's arm chopped off. I'd run away from you too."
Like I said, if I'm wrong, I'll regret it till the end of my days, but I still don't think I was wrong.
Has anyone chased after Thorn yet?
Nope.
I just want to run over to that door and look up and see where it leads to. Take an orb of light with.
Okay. I'm going to just move your token because you have the light affixed to it, right?
I should.
So I'm just going to move you here.
By the way, I'm also going to look at all these perfect strangers in the room and make sure none of them are showing any magical auras.
All right. I think the only one who would anyone be throwing off some magical auras that Konnard would pick up on?
I mean, it's
Not-
probably obvious that I'm using my dancing lights cantrip.
Yeah.
Other
Nothing
than
That's
that,
The only thing I can think of is I know sometimes paladins will throw out some magic auras and things like that.
I'd like to keep my hands, please.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm definitely not trying to project anything out, especially in the situation until I knew what the situation was when it cut people's arms off. But yeah.
Galen, I thought you were a very stand-up dwarf.
Paladin protecting the innocent, man.
Oh, let's be honest. There's no
He
proof
might
that
have
she's
been.
innocent. Okay.
Well, I don't know
No
yet, but
proof that
Maybe
she's innocent.
just her hand is evil. You were removing it from her.
The hand of Vecna. That's what happened.
We have Ulrich moving up slowly to that third floor.
as I do, I just want to call out, little boy. They're trying to help your sister. It was a mistake. It was a bad mistake.
They're trying to help your sister?
Well, they
Can
were
I
trying
make
to
her
do medicine
comfortable?
checks, and yeah.
Can I make her comfortable and maybe like put her up on that table, that game table? Is there enough room for her to like lay down comfortably?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I want to get her up there and get her comfortable.
As
much
you
as I
start to move her, you can kind of hear her like groan, wince in pain, things like
Mhm.
that. But she's still not quite conscious yet.
Konnard is going to thoroughly investigate her to see if there's anything strange or unnatural about her.
Okay. Give me just one moment, because Ulrich, you said you're creeping up the stairs. Is that what you said?
Yeah, and I want to call out to the boy and let him know that even though this horrible mistake happened, they are trying to help his sister after the fact.
Okay. And as you're creeping up this stairwell, louder and louder, you can hear the wails of a baby, and you can tell it's a fairly young baby. I don't know how often you guys hang out with newborns, but they have a different type of tone to their cries. So it's very, you can tell that it's a very small child.
Well-
But you don't hear anything from Thorn.
Okay. Well, before the attack, I would have waited for the group because they seem to have good intentions, but now I don't trust them. So I'm going to move forward stealthily and just try and get a look at this landing and what I can see beyond it.
Okay. You can move your token as far as you think he would go.
I want to peek around this corner.
Okay. So first, on this little landing balcony type of thing, you do see another suit of armor, and let's see. There's the red marble staircase kind of brings you all the way up here. You don't see the staircase continuing on, so you think this is probably the top floor, and it's absolutely, the air is just filled with dust. You can guess maybe from Thorn running through and kicking it up. You're not really entirely
I'll
sure.
be right back.
The walls here, you can tell with your dancing lights, it's showing that it's carved with autumn woodland scenes. And you can see that there's some oil lamps here, but they are unlit. And the suit of armor just has cobwebs all over it. And make me a perception check. Actually, what's your passive perception? 14?
Yes.
Okay, we'll still make me a perception check. Okay. So you do see, as you're kind of peeking around this corner, you do see a pair of double doors, again in that carved mahogany. that's kind of throughout the home. This one maybe not as ornately carved, but you also can tell within the paneling, the wood paneling itself, between the trees in this autumn scene, and the falling leaves and all the little dancing squirrels and deer and things like that. You also see some corpses that are swinging from the branches of these trees. You can see these worms bursting up through the ground.
Wow. And this is the decoration.
Yeah. But again, it's woven into the pattern so well that initially, at first glance, you probably not even see that. But yeah.
Okay. And the baby crying is from behind the double doors?
No, but you are too distracted by the hand that suddenly grips your arm to figure out where this baby's cry is coming from. So I'm going to need you to roll initiative for me, please.
I am the wrong character to be doing this.
He's upstairs by himself still? Is that where he is?
Sure is.
And also, I'm probably close to my max distance for dancing lights downstairs for you guys.
All right, let me see. Because normally I would just roll for my baddies on my end, but because we're doing it this way, I want to try and see how this will work. Doing it fully within Roll20.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I can see the turn order here. That's cool.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, it's on my screen, so I'm going to have that up next to the map. Although I don't see his
Cool,
map.
Yeah, and oh, that's unfortunate.
If you want, I can move my character, pretend he's not there, but just so that stream can see it.
That's perfectly okay with me.
Okay. Do you need to move me up to the next floor, or where is it?
Yeah, I'll probably need to do that.
Okay.
Hold on, let me go back to the right layer.
Oh, okay, so it's up here.
Yeah, that way you can at least see what's happening.
Cool.
Okay. So unfortunately, Ulrich, this suit of armor has its grip on your arm. It's technically you were a little bit here. Oh. And it's gonna go ahead and attack.
I scream.
If you want to do anything. Let's see. What shall it do to you?
Hopefully it doesn't cut off your arm. You know.
Oh no! Oh no! Don't cut off anyone's arm.
No, just the party members, but not the enemies.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would probably miss.
Yeah. My armor class is, 10, which is minimum, and that's about it.
I mean, not to pick on you, Ulrich.
Fine. I wonder, too, if this attack is going to make me concentration on my light for everyone.
But you know what? I'm going to let that roll stand because he actually gets 2 attacks. So
2 attacks?
Yeah.
Okay. So this first one misses?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and leave it as is.
It's because I was flailing.
Yeah, could be. I could see you doing that.
Oh!
Oof.
All right, it's not a natural 20.
I know, but that's okay. a high roll. That scared me.
All right, so yeah. And again, I would normally do damage differently, but we're going to let Roll20 do what it does. So it's going to be 4 bludgeoning damage.
What does it do to me exactly?
So he pretty much clocks you square in the face, and you can feel your jaw kind of tweak a little bit. But you feel your tongue runs across your teeth just real quick, and a couple of them might be chipped, but they're all still in place.
Oh, okay. Do I need to roll concentration on my dancing lights? Does that help?
Do it for the sake of the room that you're in, but just for the ease of everything else, I'm not going to turn out everyone else's lights on the map.
Okay. So concentration check.
And everyone else has heard him screaming and probably flailing around up there. That's a fail. So now Ulrich is cast in absolute darkness. We're not going to do it, just because I need to see what else everyone else is doing. But you are now in absolute darkness, Ulrich. You can't see a goddamn thing. So it's going to be an extra 5 stress to you.
Oh.
And we hear him scream?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then our lights would technically go out too, right?
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would make my way toward the stairs and start heading up.
Can I try and... did it just hit me, or does it have a hold on me?
It's still kind of holding you.
Can I want to try and pull away from it.
Okay, that's going to be... I'll let you choose, just because I'm going to be nice. Although I don't think it's going to benefit you either way. Strength or acrobatics.
It can only hurt me. So, okay.
Okay. I'll say that you're able to pull your arm out from his grip, but you can feel his metal fingers grip the entire time, so you know you're going to have some deep bruises there come tomorrow.
With JittrBug, I mean, what's your character? Tasso going upstairs towards the scream. Can Evendur cast a buff on him, like he knows he's going to something scary? Okay.
Sure. What buff do you want to?
Evendur would like to cast Heroism on him to give him bonus HP. If I can click this, let me see if I can.
How well can everyone see right now?
So everyone, now that your dancing lights is
We're in
out,
darkness, right?
absolute darkness.
I'm not sure how to do it, so I'm going to do it this way.
So everyone, go ahead and add 5 stress
there it is.
to your character at the moment.
Okay, 5 stress.
Where do we put that at?
So you should see it on your sheet. If not, I can also add it to your token real quick as well.
Is it bar 2? Is it that one? Or is it the bar 3?
It should be bar 3, different one.
Bar 3, okay. And you said 5 stress, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I should see the little red circle should say 5 in it. Is that correct?
Yes, that's
Cool.
right.
Well, red, not blue.
Right. Blue is your exhaustion.
Okay.
Red is your stress. You know.
And you said 5?
Yes, 5.
How many extra hit points am I getting from the heroism?
So I'm going to touch you and give you heroism, and it's going to be spellcasting ability modifier. So let me
That would be your charisma.
see. Spellcasting ability. My charisma modifier is 3. I don't know. That's a charisma check. Is it this?
Creatures are frightened and gains temporary points equal to spellcasting modifier at the start of each of its turn. When the spell ends, the target loses any remaining temporary hit points. So that's the way I'm reading it. At the start of each turn, you'll gain 3 temporary hit points if that is your modifier.
Yeah, 3 is my modifier, so yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
So Tasso rushes up the stairs.
As
in
far as I
darkness.
can by seeing,
Yeah, right now, dancing lights are gone. So technically, you guys are all in absolute darkness.
What is my movement in absolute darkness?
I will also remind you, you guys do have all of your gear. So if you had any adventuring stuff, you probably have your torches. I would say in darkness, we'll just make it, for simplicity's sake, difficult terrain, so it'll be half your movement.
Okay.
But if you want to join in, anyone who's wanting to go up the stairs at this moment, I want you to roll initiative.
Evandur's gonna actually take a candle out of his pack and light his candle.
Okay.
But he's a little leery of going up. He kind of wants to stay with Rose and keep track of her.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pull out a torch then. Then I'm just gonna stay with Evandur and just like look at him, just completely dejected of what just happened. I'm just like, don't worry, laddie. It's just a bad dream. We'll all wake up relatively soon. This can't be real, laddie. This can't be real.
I'm not sure why my initiative didn't add to the counter, but it's 4.
It's 4. That's strange. Okay. Luckily,
Yeah, because you rolled a 2.
Yeah, that is strange. It didn't add to it. Is this the wild shape token, or is this the token?
This is the one that you dropped out on.
That's probably your character. Okay, no problem.
I may not have had the token selected. You want me to try it again, and you can change the initiative just to see if it comes through?
Sure. Although I
There
don't.
we go. Yeah. So I didn't have my token selected. So
That's interesting.
I think it's because of the wild shape. It needs to know. If you want to change it to a 4.
All right, so you guys have heard Ulrich screaming up there. I assume it sounded very similar to the scream Rose gave out when she lost her hand.
Just as feminine.
Just as feminine, yeah.
More creepy.
Tasso, you're going up. Let me count these stairs squares for you.
Would they also have heard?
Heard
Yes,
what?
The clanking of the suit of armor as it was attacking?
Maybe not quite that. But
Yeah,
so it's going to be 20 feet to go all the way up to the top of the landing from where you guys are.
Okay. I would call out as I'm running. Creepy one, what is wrong?
The armor's attacking! The armor's attacking!
Okay.
Can we hear this down on the bottom, on the middle floor?
Yeah. That would definitely be heard.
So are we going up these stairs right here to the top level?
Yes. So it's hard to tell on this map, but there is actually a door that continues the stairs. So it's again the spiral staircase. I'll bring you here so you can kind of see.
Okay, perfect. All right. So yeah, I'm making my way up that way.
Okay.
As far as I can with my 15 movement.
Yeah, I'll move. You know, it's safe for Evandur to be there. You can move as far as you'd like, Tasso.
Okay.
Sorry, you moved me here. I can't see what.
Can't.
All I see is a long hall, skinny hallway is what I saw. Okay,
Yeah.
I can see there. Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
That's so strange. Sorry,
Right.
I'm still getting used to dynamic lighting.
It's amazing you could do this with the vision or the lighting. It's pretty crazy.
So I would assume probably getting up the stairs would be close to my full movement. Because I was on the floor with Rose when this all went down. You're muted.
I know, I was coughing, and then I was counting, and yeah, that's probably about as far as you can go.
Okay. And I can't see anything. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe one more square.
Okay.
Yeah, because you didn't light anything, did you?
No.
Yeah, so it's still very dark. What is everyone else doing downstairs? Evandur, you said you're going to stay with Rose.
Well, I have the candle. After hearing this scream, I kind of want to look over at Galen and say, should we go up and help them?
I'm sitting in a chair and I'm just kind of rocking back and forth and just going, we're all going to wake up, laddie. It's just a dream. This is just a dream.
Wow. Evendur looks over at Konnard. Is Konnard still down here with us?
Yes.
He's just like, what about you?
Do we actually have light here?
No.
Or for
Well,
those
you
of
have
us with dark
no.
vision?
You have
It's
the candle
absolute
that
darkness.
you have the candle that Evendur just lit.
Yeah, I just have this candle. I'm kind of holding a little candle light.
So it's gonna be dim light.
Where is Evendur?
He's
Oh.
not here in the room at the moment.
I'm on the top so that the
Yeah.
visual can see it, but I'm in the middle where Rose was, basically.
Okay. I'm sorry, what was the last question you asked?
I just asked, what about you, after Galen said he's not doing anything, but trying to wake himself up, basically. I asked if we should go help.
I think somebody should go help. You won't, I will.
So decisive.
Meanwhile, I'm dying.
Evendur's kind of freaking out. He's actually going to try to pick up Rose and start heading towards the screaming, because he feels like he should try to help, since these dwarves are like attacking little children and stuff.
Do you take her hand
Okay.
with you?
Yes, I put her hand, I like carrying her like this, put her hand in her lap. Like, maybe we can save her hand.
Oh my. All right.
Damn it, I'm a
Okay.
bard, not a doctor.
Well, if you're gonna head upstairs, I do want you to roll initiative for me,
Okay.
Ryan.
I'm far behind the others, but I'll do that.
Are you moving at all? Are you gonna go, or what are you doing?
Who?
Konnard.
Oh, yeah. So if he's carrying Rose up there, and actually I'm just gonna pull a torch from my pack and light it.
Okay.
If I can still move after doing that, then I'll go upstairs.
You could probably light that torch and move, so I would be fine with you moving.
Okay, I have 25 feet. Guess that gets me back here.
No, hold on, let me, so 5, 10. Let's roll out. Probably get you about there.
There we go. There I am. Okay.
Is that enough to illuminate like the landing or not yet?
Yeah. You so yeah, it is enough to illuminate where you are, Tasso, so you can see the staircase ascending up, and you can just make out the landing up there.
Yeah.
So, Evendur,
I'm kind of putting myself below, because I'm kind of behind, I guess. Something like that.
well, you did say you were going to start moving up before them, so.
I think I'm behind Tasso, though, right? Because he already moved up here.
Mm-hmm. Galen, are you staying there, trying to get your senses back?
I guess as I see them leave, I had taken back my flask and I take a big swig of it to try to like numb the pain and the senses of what I've just done.
Mm-hmm.
And I merely just get up and just go, looks like this dream isn't going to end. And
So you follow them up?
I just follow them up.
Okay, go ahead, roll your initiative so I can put that to the order. In the meantime, we will pick up with Tasso, and then we'll start back at the top of the round, just to make things easy.
Yeah.
We'll bring Galen up here too. So I'm putting you here, Galen, just because then everyone can see their tokens and be able to actually click them without any other problems. But you're probably going to be behind everyone else.
Put myself there so you can see.
It's a tight fit here. So Tasso, what would you like to do?
All right. So if I can see everything, does that mean that I have full movement?
Yes.
Okay. So 5, 10. I do what I can to get up, in this area. And
Okay.
Where's the enemy at?
You guys can't see him yet.
I see a suit of armor, but it's just the
Yeah, it's
part of
the
the map.
backdrop.
Oh, there
Here
we go.
it is.
That's him.
All right. So I was here. So 5, 10. I'll actually probably slide this way to allow room for others to come in and fight. And I will attempt to dual wielding my quarterstaff, bring it around and try to do some damage.
All right. Do your thing. All right. Fortunately, your quarterstaff, you bring it down, and it just kind of bounces right off of the armor. It doesn't actually seem to have hit and to do any damage.
All right. We'll end my turn.
All right. So then, at this point, we'll just go at the top of the round. So sorry, Konnard. Actually, I'm gonna move. You guys rolled the same. I'm gonna move Konnard above Galen. Makes a little bit more sense. Evendur, what would you like to do?
So my
you are still holding Rose.
Right. I guess I will also move to the top of the stairs. At least I don't want to go any closer to this thing, especially since I'm holding Rose. So maybe just right there at the top of the stairs.
Okay.
Is this armor thing, is this considered a humanoid, or is he some sort of construct or something?
I can't technically just provide that information to you.
Okay. Well, yeah, because
ability that
I do. I wanted to cast an ability that's supposed to work on a humanoid. So I guess I could just try it then, right?
You can certainly do that.
All right. Well, I'm going to place Rose, kind of sit her at the top of the stairs so I can free my hands to use my loot to focus and try to use hold person on this thing.
Okay.
No idea if it'll work on a suit of armor, but that's what I'm going to attempt here.
All right.
So basically, target must succeed on a wisdom check, but I don't know if it'll even work on this creature, but I'm going to attempt it.
Yeah, so you push this this will out from you to kind of hold this thing in its place. And you can feel it kind of reverberate back at you.
Okay.
So it doesn't seem to have taken.
Okay, kind of echoes back at me like I yelled into a cliff and it just came right back and did nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, keep in mind, you guys should be marking off your spell slots. If you're not already doing that.
How does that work? I'm sorry, D&D noob. How do you mark off a spell slot?
Do you have your character sheet open, correct?
I do. I'm looking at my spell list right now.
All right, so for this one, so you get, what I would personally do if this was mine, you don't have it listed on yours.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know what the 4/0 slots meant.
Yeah, so level. No. Yeah, you're at level 3 now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's fine.
So yeah, I have 4 spells at level 3 that are level 1 spells or whatever.
Yeah, but you get at level 1. Let's see, level 3. So first, you have 4. So I would literally just mark that down to 3. So each time. So this circle, that's you having it prepared.
Okay.
It's not letting me change that part there, so I would just.
So do I uncheck the circle of hold person?
No,
okay.
Because you can still cast that same spell again. So you have for your second slot 2. So, but you've already cast hold person, so now that will drop down to 1. You cast heroism, so technically you would have 4 over here normally. You cast healing word and heroism, so that brings you down to 2.
Okay. And is that how many times you can cast a spell in a combat?
No, if you wanted to, you could cast the same spell however many times you have slots for. But once you are out of slots, you cannot cast anything else but cantrips.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
So.
Cool.
And you get those back after a long rest.
A long rest, which in this game is 24 hours. So you are pushing it, Bard. You better be careful.
All right. I was wondering, I don't have mana, so I don't know what determines how many times you can cast a spell, so okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else Evendur might want to do?
No, after he sees that thing echo back at him, he's just gonna say, "This thing is not human." As if they couldn't tell.
Okay. It is now the suit of armor's turn. Which after this fight, remind me, I want to test something in here, Ryan, to see what you guys can see as players.
Okay.
But first, it's going to take one more shot at Ulrich.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. It is what it is, boo. Go ahead.
Oh.
Are you
Damn.
down?
No, I still got
Okay.
some. I got some left.
I don't see you updating your tokens.
I'm doing it right now. Yeah.
Okay. And then with the other arm, he's going to swing back and hit at Tasso. As soon as...
And it's gonna miss.
Yep, it's going to miss. Well, to be fair, he's not really looking. He's just kind of flailing back there, hoping to catch you off guard.
Yeah. Not today.
That ends his turn. Ulrich, what would you like to do?
Oh. This is just a nightmare come true. All of this. He hates everything about it. He hates these people. I'm basically gonna use a disengage action to just like scuttle across the floor towards the stairs and just try and make my way down, trying to be as small a target as possible.
Okay. You're gonna have to do that at like half your movement.
That's fine. Whatever it takes to get away from the armor.
Okay. Feel free to
So,
move your token.
I'm just gonna begin the painful process after getting battered by this thing of just trying to crawl down the stairs. And what's our light conditions right now?
So right now, Konnard has a torch up. And Evendur, did you give your light to Galen? Candle?
No, I carried it as I came up here, so I guess I probably would have put it down as I put a rose down on the ground.
All right. So basically, the further away you get from these people, the darker it gets.
Okay. Then I'm just I don't even care if I'm close to Evan. I'm just scooting by like a worm down the stairs, like, oh, just trying to get away from this.
Okay. Oh, I've been messing up. All right. Konnard, you're up next.
Okay. And 15, 20. I have 25 feet of movement, which will get me here.
Okay.
I've got my torch in one hand, and with the other, I'm going to swing my warhammer at this animated armor.
All right. Do it. Again, you can feel it hit, but it doesn't seem to have dented it at all.
Okay. My turn.
All right. Galen.
How far is Ulrich away from me?
So he started his descent. So right now he's probably maybe about 10-ish feet, between 5 and 10 feet.
Okay. So I'm going to slowly walk up to Ulrich, who I'm guessing is just kind of slinkering down the stairs.
Yeah.
When I see you come up, I'm like, oh no!
I look at him and I just go, I understand, laddie. But then I take my knee and I put it into him to hold him down. And I put my hands on him and I cast Lay on Hands.
You will take this heal.
I'm squirming, trying to fight it off, but I can't resist.
Bad touch.
And how much Did you
That
say
can
5
restore total number of hit points equal to my paladin level times 5.
Nice.
Right,
So-
that's how much of your pool you have, but how much are you
Mhm.
going to expend to heal him?
So that's 15 in total. Is the
Mhm.
pool? Is that correct? I'm going to give him 10 of it.
Okay.
You. And does this spell effect appear differently in this world, Dungeon Master?
For this,
Or maybe not.
for this one, no, I don't think so.
But as you do your lay on hands on me, Ulrich is going to react and say, "Oh, it burns! What are you doing? It burns!"
I immediately pull out my flask and I open it up and hand it to him. And he's just like,
That is the answer to
Daddy.
everything.
Daddy, take a sip. You'll feel better.
That burns too.
In a different way.
All right. Anything else, Galen? Do you want to? You still have some movement. You could do if you wanted to.
With that, I'm going to stay with Ulrich just to make sure, because I'm bringing up the back. I don't want him to go past me, if that's
Okay.
definitely the case. So I'm just gonna be on guard if anything's coming up the stairs.
Then Tasso, you're up.
All right. Yeah, continuing with the flurry of blows that I'm trying to provide via the quarterstaff, I will attack again. I don't think that's going to be enough.
That will not be enough,
All
unfortunately.
right. And that will be it for right now.
All right, Evendur, what would you like to do?
So he's seen a.
Token's hidden behind what's it called?
Yeah, Evan, I'm kind of like on top of Ulrich right now. I don't know if maybe
It's
we
fine.
should. Okay.
I moved him, so it's okay.
Okay. I don't really want to get closer to this thing either. Evandur's not a frontline fighter, so he's gonna actually take one of his throwing knives that he was juggling earlier. He's gonna kind of flip it over and then throw it at this thing. Try to see if that'll have any effect on it at all.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Whew.
Clang.
Unfortunately,
Clang right up.
yeah, it kind of deflects off of it, and you can hear it tumble down over the balcony and fall to the very
Okay.
first floor.
Damn, my favorite knife. I think Evandur's actually going to run down and chase after his knife, actually. He's going to run down, try to go pick up his knife he just clanged off of that guy.
Hey, you took the light.
Well, I think Tasso's got a torch.
Oh, Connor's there. Okay.
Yeah, Connor's
Okay.
got the torch. Also on the ground.
So it's now the animated armor's turn. Tasso, we're gonna come back at you.
That will hit.
Whew.
So that takes 3 of the temporary hit points from heroism, drops me down 3.
Can you see the turn order too?
Yes.
So this should be what, the third turn? So you should have more than just 3.
So I thought I got 3 every turn, or is it cumulative?
I think it's cumulative. The way I read it. So right now,
You have 9? Okay, so then I will have 3 hit points.
Oh, wow, that's even better than I thought it was.
That
I
is
didn't
much
really-
better than I thought too. So then it would be 9
I
minus 3.
might be being too nice, but frankly,
I will take it. Let's just move on.
Yeah. Congratulations, you're a hero.
Right?
well, he also tried to attack you again. 11.
That will miss.
Yeah, that's gonna miss. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that one.
Okay.
Ulrich, you're up. What are you doing next?
Well, I have this dwarf's knee on my back, right? Can I even move? I've been released.
I will lift my knee up.
After that, I just recoil from you because that obviously caused some pain, Ulrich. And looking at, this dwarf that did that, and then looking at the fight, Ulrich is just trying to scoot away and just sit on the stairs and just try and keep away from everything as much as possible. Just I'm not moving, not doing anything. I'm just getting ready to bolt if I have to.
Take another 2 points of stress, Ulrich. So
That
you're
is
not
Ulrich.
moving. You're just gonna stay put for now.
He's going to stay put. Everything is a bad choice for him. Moving past anyone, there's nowhere to go.
Okay.
Staying
That's
there.
Konnard, you're up.
Okay. Move so that I can flank this thing with Tasso. And I'm gonna swing my Warhammer again.
Okay. And you do recall that I don't do the flank and advantage thing, right?
Oh, really?
Really, really.
Yeah, I'll still do it. I'll still do it anyway.
There we go.
Nice.
Oh, that will definitely hit. Roll
Nice.
your damage.
Gonna have to do that manually because my character sheet one is set to use two-handed.
Okay. Yeah, I see that's versatile. Okay, finally, the first hit of the night.
All right.
Actually,
Thank goodness.
8 damage with my strength bonus.
Okay. You can see it kind of crack a little bit. The little chest piece there, kind of dented and cracked a fair bit. But other than that, did you want to do anything else?
That's my move and my action. I think that's it.
Galen, what would you like to do?
I have 25 speed. Will that get me to the
Yeah, absolutely.
guy? Okay. So before I go by, I take one swig and then I toss my flask to Ulrich
Ugh.
and I just go, "It'll make you feel better, laddie." And then I'll run up there and I will try to engage next to, but I am going to take it right in the face here.
All right. Oh, I like it. I like having multiple targets to choose from.
Surrounded by dwarves.
Ooh, that's a good hit. That will
Nice.
definitely hit. Roll
Cut
your
his
damage.
hand off.
You actually did more damage against the little girl.
Yeah.
She wasn't wearing any armor.
Jeez.
Soft target. Come on,
What do you have
give him a
against this
break.
little girl? Oh my god.
Okay. So your axe kind of comes down on its arm a little bit and kind of sticks just a fair bit, but you're able to pull it out kind of easily, and you can just see it's kind of made a cut within his armor. Tasso, what would you like to do?
All right, so I'll take my 3 hit points,
Mhm.
and I will continue to assault with the quarterstaff. Hopefully, a little bit better this time.
Terribly.
Terribly.
Yeah,
This is
unfortunately. Maybe it's because the animated armor is still kind of moving away from Galen's attack, but you actually just swoop over his shoulder and kind of miss him.
Absolutely. So I have a question, more of a game mechanic question, but if the suit of armor was to move for any reason, whether it be by its own decision or by somebody forcibly moving it, would the other two or somebody else get an attack of opportunity if it moves out of their space?
It depends on how you're moving it. Like if you're shoving it over,
Uh-huh.
let's just say you shove this thing as hard as you can, and if it hits into Konnard's space, I'll have him try to make first a dex check to see if he can even dodge out of the way.
Right.
Um,
So
But,
what I'm
yeah.
thinking is, so
Yeah.
one of my cantrips is Thorn Whip, and with
Uh-huh.
that, if I'm able to connect, I can move the creature up to 10 feet closer to me. And I didn't know if like I moved it into this space right here, if that would give Konnard an attack of opportunity as it moves out of his space.
We'll have Zach double check the rulings. I know things are teleported.
Yeah. In
Uh,
general, involuntary movement does not provoke an
Okay.
attack of opportunity.
that's kind of what I was thinking, but I probably would have allowed it.
I mean, it's pretty cool, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
technically I still could, I know. But yeah, because he's not moving himself.
Okay, that's fair.
I would,
That's why I asked.
okay. Are you done then on your turn?
Correct. Yes.
Plus, this room is very tight. Where would you even do your thorn whip? Oh, okay.
Like to that corner. Like pull it toward the side toward me.
Got it. Okay. Evendur, are you still running downstairs? You're gonna have to climb 2 flights of stairs. You know that, right?
Well, I go down this far, and if I don't see my dagger, I'm like, okay, I'll have to look for it later. So I am gonna use my movement to move back up here.
Okay. Well, hold on. I mean,
That's where I moved from. Can I make it that far back?
first do a perception check for me,
Oh, okay.
just to
All right.
see if this maybe you can spot your dagger.
Okay. I will. My perception's not been great, but let's hope.
Okay. Nope.
Nope.
You don't see it at all.
I don't see anything but my own stupid feet. So,
Past the brim of that hat. I mean, come on.
yeah, it is distracting. Speaking of distracting, what I would like to do next, actually, is something that I forgot I could do because I forgot that we started level 3, is with my College of Glamour that I have with my bard, I can do a Mantle of Inspiration. Does this come up? Okay.
I see it.
So I gain the ability to weave a song of Fey magic, imbues my allies with vigor and speed. So as a bonus action, I'd like to use one of my bardic inspiration to basically inspire. I think I want to inspire all 4 people that are up here.
Okay.
And it gives them 5 temporary hit points. And when I use it, they can also immediately use their reaction to move up to their speed if they want to.
What is your charisma modifier?
It is, I believe it's 4. Let me pull it up again here. Charisma modifier is, no, 3. I'm sorry, 3.
So I think you can only cast.
Oh, I can only do it on 3 people then maximum. Is that
Yeah.
right? Okay, sorry. Well,
Might
since
be meta knowledge, but it would be wasted on me right now.
Okay. Well, I was thinking I'd want to at least give it to, if nobody else, give it to Ulrich, because he looks like he needs some inspiration. So.
I will give him 5 temporary hit points.
Right. So, I'm gonna give it to Ulrich, Galen, and Tasso then.
Okay.
And that's bonus action. I guess I can also cast one of my spells then, I guess? Or not?
You use a bonus action spell. The only other spell you can cast in the same turn is a cantrip.
That's what I was
Yes.
wanting to do. I was going to do a cantrip.
Yeah, you can do a cantrip, or you could do an actual melee attack.
Yeah, Evandur's convinced he can't do a darn thing to this piece of armor with his sword or knife. So he's gonna mock this thing, or attempt to.
Oh my
use
goodness. Okay.
Vicious mockery.
Okay, do it. What do you say to him?
You
On
are
the floor down below?
No,
I'm
I
feeling
moved
going
back up here.
Okay, gotcha.
You are the most rusted piece of armor I've seen in all my 90 years.
Nice.
Surprisingly, he kind of turns his head to you and kind of tilts a little bit, and you almost do feel like, he's a little hurt.
He should be.
My mother made this for me.
So again, if you yeah, there you go.
Psychic damage against this thing.
Oh, is it?
Well, I don't know how the saves work and all that.
Hold on. So he hears you, looks, and he just kind of shrugs.
Oh.
So you can tell that based off of his mannerisms and the magic itself that it had no effect against him. Not because it wasn't a Supremo diss.
Oh yeah. He's proud of it.
It's more like maybe the magic just has no effect on him.
Okay. Yeah, that's the end of my turn. Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. So we're going to take a swing at Konnard here. And then
Can I ask a question? Just a quick question, because you're doing that.
Sure.
What does it mean to have reaction? Because I have protection.
Okay. So
which I
basically,
can create
whenever
disadvantage.
Oh,
when a creature is attacking someone within an ally within 5 feet or something like that, right? Then yeah, you can pretty much do that whenever you see that particular action happen.
Okay.
Fucking paladins, man.
Right.
You know,
that's a miss.
At least we don't have a rogue. Galen, so it's going to attack you next as well. Because you two are the ones that have actually heard it.
Oof.
That will be a hit. So that's going to be 5 bludgeoning damage to you.
So I just lose that temporary hit points that I got from. Okay.
Yeah, you always take it off the temporary first and then drop it down to your actual hit points. Ulrich, what are you doing?
Well, I'm sitting on the stairs, watching everyone fight this suit of armor. No one's paying attention to me. I just want to take a quick look at Rose and see how she's doing, because Evendur laid her at the landing, right?
Yeah, kind of at the top of the stairs there.
Okay. Can I maybe do a medicine check just to see her condition, or just look at her in general, make sure she's...
You can just tell in general. She seems to be breathing. It's a little bit shallow, but it's kind of with enough regularity that you think she'll be okay. Like, she's not on the brink of death at the moment.
Okay. Ulrich really wants to run away from all these people, but seeing this poor girl here who had her hand chopped off, which is still laying on her?
I put it in her lap, yeah.
Ulrich's just gonna kind of take a few steps down the stairs and just wait to see what happens and ready to run.
Okay. Konnard, you're up.
All right, swinging my hammer again.
Oof.
Nice.
All right. Konnard's on fire.
5 damage.
Okay. See, again, start to dent up where your warhammer hit it, but it's still standing and it's still looking fairly strong. Galen, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna swing away.
Okay, unfortunately, that
miss.
swing will miss. We're back up to Tasso.
Since I seem to be failing with the quarterstaff, isn't there a mechanic that I can do to help assist with everybody else attacking, give them advantage?
As the druid?
No, I just mean in general, like one of your actions is...
I don't think as far as melee. I know the help action.
Help action, that's what I'm thinking, yeah. Is that just more for checks and stuff?
That's how I've always used it.
Okay.
But
All
you
right.
feel free to double check.
No, I'll go ahead and attack. I'll look it up while we're in the background. But I'll go ahead and swing the quarterstaff one more time. Yeah, it's doing really, really well. So I will hold off and stop doing everything.
Okay. And then we have Evendur again.
Evendur is going to do this for the first time. He's going to this time try to use his bardic inspiration and inspire. I guess he's going to inspire Galen, since he's hoping that his friend can chop somebody else's arm off instead of a little girl's this time.
Never gonna live that down, are we?
Never. So let me put it in chat just for people who can see how bardic inspiration works here. So I'm gonna do that. So as a bonus action, I'm gonna give a bardic dice or bardic inspiration dice to Galen. And then I guess he's kind of run out of ideas of what to do, so he's actually going to pull his rapier and try to stab this thing. Can I reach him from where I am? Right there, kind of catty cornered.
Yeah, I mean, you would have to kind of come through your allies, but I've always allowed that.
Okay.
You can always move through your allies. It's kind of a given that they will give way to you during your attack. You
Okay.
just can't look through enemies. But you're
okay.
within 5 feet.
So could I like move here on next to Galen, attack, and then move away? Can I do that?
You
Or would
could,
I-
but you don't even need to.
Oh, okay.
I
I could just attack from here, basically.
Yeah, you can just attack from there just to keep things kind of simple. And it
Okay.
would
Cool. So I will attempt to stab this thing with my rapier. Not expecting much to happen after my throwing daggers.
Oh, that's a little better than a quarterstaff.
Whoa.
All right. Let's see. Look at that damage. Just look at it. How do you even
better
roll a
than-
0?
Yeah,
0
that-
plus
that
2?
could be possible.
Wait, what?
How did I roll a 0 plus 2?
We'll bump it up to 3. How about that?
Okay. That seems weird. I might need to check on
That's
the...
a little weird. Okay, so if you at least rolled a 1, your modifiers. So now it's looking a little bloodied, looking a little worse for wear. It's kind of wobbling a little bit. You can see some rivets and stuff are coming loose, but it's still upright and ready for a fight. And with that, it's going to come back at Konnard here. And then one more time, Konnard. Okay.
That'll do it.
Yep, the second one will hit for 5. Now he's feeling a little bit good about himself. That will end his turn. Ulrich, what would you like to do during your turn?
Okay, seeing that the girl is stable enough, she's not bleeding out of her wrist at the moment.
It's kind of like the bleeding has stopped, and you can start to see it starting to kind of coagulate and whatnot, but it's still a gnarly wound.
Probably not much that I can do, so just to try and help out the people fighting, if it does at all, I just want to cast dancing lights above the battle just to give more illumination to what's happening.
You could, but with the torch and the candle and things
It's
that are kind of
sufficient.
still here, yeah, it's pretty fine as far as illumination.
I'm just gonna wait and watch, ready to
Okay.
move if I need to.
Konnard, what would you like to do?
Taking another swing.
All right. Damn.
Whew.
To check your rolls.
I'm glad I
was
didn't-
for 19.
I'm glad I didn't give you inspiration. You don't need it.
5 damage
Okay.
again. That's exactly what happened last turn. 19 to hit and 5 damage.
Okay. All right.
Loaded dice.
Galen.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and try to take another swing on this guy, since we seem like we got him pinned in the corner.
Ooh,
There
nice.
we go.
Wow, the doors are like really hitting hard tonight.
Okay, let me ask you this: how many spell slots does a paladin have? For sure, I think it's 3. I just want to make sure
At your level.
because I'm about to divine smite this thing.
Ooh, that's a great thing for a pally. So you get 3.
Okay,
first
so doing
spells.
this will get me only have 1 left. Okay.
Oh, is that you use 2 slots or something?
No, well I used Tech Good and Evil. Doesn't that take 1?
Yeah, that one would.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, okay, my bad.
I don't think your lay on hands would though, but I could.
No, land hands doesn't.
Okay, so I do the damage first, right?
Yeah, do your damage.
And then how do I do the extra 2d8 damage for a single level spell?
So if you look on your left-hand side, there's a D20 icon there. You can pick whatever dice is appropriate. So there's 2d8 that you can just click on and it should roll for you.
Oh,
Or you
cool.
can use an actual, just
Oh,
type
there
it
it
in the
is.
macro.
Okay.
I did not. You know, you could do that. That's cool.
Jeez Louise.
There you go.
Okay. And with that, you bring your battle axe down, and it does kind of again stick into the armor itself, and just this flash of radiant magic and light kind of almost kind of like blind everyone in the room.
Aura
And
kind
you-
of screams out from that. Oh!
You can see it actually kind of ricocheting in between, like inside the animated armor a little bit, and then it finally just kind of slumps forward, and it stopped moving.
Hey.
Nice.
Now that it's down, I actually hit it with my quarterstaff.
Poke
And
it.
just
Is it
And I
dead?
go, and that.
So that would that is that. I also want to check in because it's now 7:30. So we've been here for what, 4.5 hours?
Yeah.
So as far as the storyline goes, this is a good place for us to stop.
Okay.
There's a whole shit ton left to this that you guys, it's gonna take a lot more than like 30 minutes to kind of complete. So if you guys are okay with that, we could just leave this here and pick it up again
Works for me.
next session.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm good to call it there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do we have a scribe in this group who's kind of taking notes for everyone?
You
Or
too.
is everyone kind of doing the wrong thing?
I've written down a few notes, but I'm definitely not a scribe. I do the Cliff Notes version as a bard, you know.
Okay.
And some things happened. Everybody celebrated.
I can be the scribe, I suppose. I need to or
All right. The only reason I ask is because at the beginning of every session, I'd like to kind of recap what happened last time to kind of refresh everyone's memories. And I will give you guys a heads up. In this campaign, there's so many NPCs. Someone needs to keep track of it. There's going to be so much information thrown at you guys that if you guys aren't writing it down, you're not going to remember it. I'm going to have to repeat myself over and over and over. And that's just going to not be as much fun. So I was thinking we could create a document where we all could kind of put stuff in and have access to, and you guys can look it up as at will, just to kind of keep yourself refreshed on what's happening.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. And I've
Sounds
been
good.
writing down character names as we go, but yeah,
Yeah.
it might be good to have a centralized spreadsheet of characters or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because there's going to be a lot, Brian. It's like it's been driving me crazy. And this is just scratching the surface. I can't even say too much, but it's just your first little intro into the Curse of Strahd campaign. And it's already been marked with creepiness and wolves and
Severed
hands
hand.
chopped off.
severed limbs, yeah.
So it's
Child mutilation.
You said you wanted to keep it light and fun, and we're doing it.
Nope, I did not say that.
Oh wait, it was dark and spooky. Okay, we got that covered.
It's very dark. I was not expecting you guys to go off your rows like that. Like, wow.
I still maintain that she is not what she seems. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
No wonder you want to be the scribe. History is written by the victors.
Exactly.
She's gonna be like the main character, and at the end, you're like, I still don't trust this girl. She's like a princess or something.
Like a running trope here. Connor's not going to trust anyone. All right. So that should be it then.
Hey, Dorreen, great job.
Yeah.
Very well.
Wonderful job. Wonderful job.
Great
Had a lot of
job. Yeah.
fun.
Thank you, Dorreen, for putting this together. I love the visuals. It's really going to be nice.
Could be better. The visuals, like honestly, we wouldn't be running this right now if Roll20 didn't already have it available, because it would be a nightmare to try to upload all this stuff by hand and get the dynamic lighting. I mean, all that was already done for me.
Yeah.
I just had to throw y'all's tokens in there, make sure you guys could see the light, which was a headache in of itself. But
Yeah. So shout out to Roll20 and the music. What did you say the music's from? Just to give that shout out.
Tabletop audio.
Tabletop audio. Cool.
Yeah, they're really, really good. But so we will pick up here in this room. I'm going to leave this map exactly as it is now. I'm not going to touch it. So that's where we will pick up next time we join up. Play.
All right.
All right.
Sounds wonderful.
Out of initiative order, so I will remove this turn order thing. Other than that, that's pretty much it.
All right.
Don't-
Cool.
I know I don't have to tell you guys, but I will. Don't change your health points, your stress, anything like that.
Awesome. Well, cool. Then I
Gotcha.
will go to the sign out screen and say thank you, Dorreen, for leading this. Thank you to all the folks for playing, and hopefully for all the people who will see it on YouTube. Enjoy and come back and watch us on the live stream, and you can chat and make Dorreen and Arkonn even more nervous than they already are.
That's why I forgot half the rules. I'm like, I don't know. But whatever.
Great.
No,
Great.
you're doing a great job. So,
That's what I have everyone else here for. Jeremiah, get back to me about the help action, though.
I did. I whispered you in the game. You can
I-
aid a friendly creature in attacking a creature within 5 feet of you. You feint, distract them, etc. If your ally attacks, they get advantage.
See, no one has ever done that in my games.
is that a
think
common
outside the
D&D thing? So that's in
Outside
any
the
D&D
It's-
campaign?
Something that's there. Most people think of it as, oh, I'm going to go help this person, like Konnard and Jeremiah were doing that medicine check. I'm going to go help them.
Oh, okay.
But no one's ever done it as far as an attack for me, so I never had to remember that.
Gotcha.
Great stuff, though. Great stuff.
right,
Looking
cool.
forward
Well, I'm
to
gonna
next session.
End the video and sign out on the OBS. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
All right, bye. Thanks.
Fun.